Welcome to Wise Bots. Hey, guys. This is an exciting night. We have two very funny comedians with us. We have Zack Breheney and Patrick Wadleigh. Say hey, guys.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi. I'm so excited. Thank you so much for coming tonight. This is awesome.
Not a problem.
Yeah, and you posted on Facebook that you have your favorite drink.
Yes, I do.
What are you drinking?
I'm drinking Sailor Jerry and Coca-Cola.
And what are you drinking, Zachary?
The classic Jameson ginger ale.
Wow, that is classy.
The classic.
You are a madman. You should be wearing a top hat right now.
I forgot it at home. I always leave something at home.
He does have something classier that he is not showing right now.
What's that?
And
Sunburn.
This is the classiest thing you can have.
Oh,
Patrick just picked my sweat rag off of the floor. Which I'm going to have to use periodically throughout the night.
It's a pretty hot day, so I don't blame you for having a sweat rag.
I don't leave the house without it.
And guys, he's such a gentleman that he offered his sweat rag to me because all I do all day is schwitz. That's my contribution to the world. What do you do for everybody in the world? I just sweat. That's all I do. I think it's like a medical condition or something. It has to be, right? Obesity. That's what it is. That's.
I believe you. I am on the same page. I understand.
I just sweat. That's all I do.
I just gallons. It has to. I don't know how I don't lose weight by how much I sweat.
I know. I wish I would just lose some water weight.
You guys have that. I just recently realized that I have stretch marks on my stomach.
Did you really?
Yeah, that's
Welcome
a
to the
step.
club.
Yeah, it's a step, and I'm not ready for that step.
Are you pregnant and you didn't tell me?
I hope
Did
not.
I impregnate you?
You might have.
That's weird. Guys, if you don't know this, he's my boyfriend.
Hello.
I'm the third wheel
There.
tonight.
He's the third wheel. He's like our weird love child.
We matched our faces together on this app to where like you can see what your baby is gonna look like, and it looked exactly like Zack Breheney.
Zack Breheney. I don't think we're gonna have babies.
I'm from the future, guys. I'm just letting you know. It's going to work out well enough that I was able to go back in the future. So
Our drunk baby.
It would
That's
make,
what he is.
If you were our baby, it would make so much sense that you're drinking right now.
Yeah, because we would be your parents.
Yes.
future timelines always mess me up, man.
This is Back to the Future, and it's not pretty, guys. So we have this segment called Ask Wise Bots.
Ooh.
And it's kind of fun because people write in their questions to me and Pam, and we get to answer their questions based on our opinion. And as you know, I love giving my opinion, whether it's offered or not. So, you want to get started?
Let's
Sure.
do it.
And I want you to be honest, and I want you to tell me what you're really thinking.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, she asked for it.
Oh, shit. All right. You're going to get us kicked out of the studio.
That's the goal.
All right. So here's from Kate in Brooklyn. All right. Why can't regular people get the same things that old people and babies get, like soft food, swaddled blankets, and those cushiony things on the toilet seats?
I feel like all those can be bought.
I was gonna say those things are provided to old people and babies.
But, like, why can't we get that stuff? Like, why is it not socially acceptable for us to have it? Because I feel like I need a stroller, like, to sit in.
Like, you know, and he knows, like, I have a pregnancy pillow.
That's true.
That I
Oh,
sleep
can you
with
talk about
every
that?
night. Like, my sister's pregnant, and I slept on a pregnancy pillow one time for like 3 hours. Best sleep I ever got in my life. And she woke me up and said, "Hey, Patrick, how'd you sleep?" I'm like, "This is perfect for fat people," which is not something you say to your pregnant sister. And then, like, I went to her house last weekend, and she gave me this giant U-shaped pregnancy pillow,
Yeah.
and it takes up my entire bed, and I haven't slept a night without it yet. And that's why I look so well rested. So I don't believe, like, I believe that everybody has the right to have what old people and babies have. It's just you have to find a way to get it yourself.
Great. I would love to be swaddled. That sounds amazing.
That's what the U-shaped pillow does. It just, like, it hugs
swaddles you.
everything. Like, I'm
Yeah.
afraid to lose weight because then it won't hug me as well.
Is Swaddle a Pokemon?
You can only get it in Europe.
One of those region locked ones.
That's why I'm gonna go to Europe. I just want to go Pokemon hunting.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, I love Groupon. Have you ever been on Groupon?
I know of it, and I've heard people do stupid stuff just because they got the Groupon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Annie.
It's true.
It's
I'm
only
like,
$4,000.
what?
It's usually $80. Just do it. We don't need a house.
I got us this this tour, this like 3-hour
Yeah.
tour around Manhattan in the Hudson River. And my ploy to Patrick to reel him into doing this with me was I told him he could catch Pokemon
So
while we were
basically-
on the boat.
And I know that worked, definitely.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he was like
definitely.
texted back right away. I'm in.
I need that Dragonite.
When can we go? Yeah.
I need that Dragonite, like desperately.
And if you guys are into Pokemon Go, please message us. We'd love to hear what kind of Pokemon you've caught lately. That
Yes.
would be wonderful.
And make sure you're above level 20, because if not, you're just not as cool as me.
I'm on level 5, guys.
We all start somewhere.
Yeah.
Started from the bottom, and I'm still here. So there's that. No, but I think people like in their 20s and I think we deserve the same thing that infants and old people get.
But we also have stuff that they don't have, like beer pong and weaker hangovers.
That's true.
And the ability to walk properly.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna say we can walk
exactly.
up steps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My grandma has to walk down them backwards. Hi, Grandma.
You don't also don't have bedtimes.
Yeah. Bedtime.
I have a bedtime though. Just because I need to like wake up in the morning, you know what I mean? Because otherwise I'd fall asleep at 3 and like not be a functioning grown up.
Right.
My thing is, like, I already have enough regrets, and I don't want to regret going to bed too late.
Yeah.
Like, I have enough shit to deal with during the day, like past, present, and future
Yeah.
regrets. I don't want that, me going to sleep too late, to be one of them.
Yeah. Me and Pat are moving in a couple of months.
Okay.
And I'm gearing up for the pregnancy pillow. And he's not going to share with
Nope.
me.
When she asked me if she can borrow the pregnancy pillow, my first reaction was, "Are you fucking retarded?" No.
And I was like so aggressive, but like I kind of get it. Like I understand. It's like me with pizza. Like when he tries to like take a bite of my pizza or even like cheesecake, I stab him with a fork.
Yes.
That's a proper response. Absolutely.
Yeah, that would make sense,
Yeah.
right? For any human being, like get your own pizza. So I understand his. I get it. But the toilet seat cushiony thing,
We can get that. We just gotta make sure you don't get the leather one, because if you sit down there
then
too
your
long,
butt sticks.
Oh, that's the
Yeah.
worst.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like you're
my
taking.
grandma used to have one.
Yeah. Yeah,
But the
especially
furry
in the
ones are
summer.
even more disgusting to me.
Well, no, the furry ones go on top
Yeah, they're
of
on
the
the top.
toilet seat.
You don't-
Yeah.
They have furry ones for the liners.
disgusting.
It's so disgusting.
You're gonna get shit. Oh,
No,
no.
it's
Exactly.
gross. What if somebody has like explosive diarrhea? You
Exactly.
can't wipe that shit.
Exactly. I hug a toilet too much, like, in my life to have a furry cushion on.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. My stepdad calls it driving the porcelain bus.
That bus has crashed.
Yeah. So many times.
Yes.
It's like that movie Speed, where you just have to go 50 miles an hour.
That's exactly what it is. I remember I was in
Keanu
college.
Reeves has never saved me from
No.
the porcelain bus.
I love Keanu Reeves, though. He's such a great Canadian. But he really is. But I remember I came home, it was like New Year's Day, and I spent time with my friends on New Year's Eve, and I got drunk. I puked at midnight, so my night was over.
That's the perfect time to puke.
It was the worst.
That's perfect.
I puked all
It was New Year's?
night. It was New
4,
Year's.
3.
As the bowl was dropping, I had my head in the toilet. I just
Oh my
went too
God.
hard, too fast. And Pat will tell you, I'm a really cheap date.
Yeah. A half this much of white wine. And it's
Hammered.
easy. Yes.
Can't function.
Yes.
Falling over. We saw a baby, a toddler, like a 1-year-old who was just learning to walk. And that was like me, but worse. He was like falling down, crying.
Yeah.
That's me drunk.
Toddlers are way easier to take care of than a drunk Annie.
Yeah. I'm like, you don't love me. And I cry. It's a mess. And I puke.
She only cried because she's like, "You don't love me," and I'm like, "Right now, you're right."
Which I get. I like totally understand. You know what I mean? How about you, Zach?
Oh, I mean, I don't even get started my drunken
I
conquest.
love your decline.
Tell them about the time that you almost broke my foot.
Ooh, what was that?
Which time? I mean, like,
Zach got so drunk one time that he forgot that he sung 3 Mariah Carey songs at karaoke in a row.
That's great.
Yes. And then decided to come outside for a cigarette, trip over the step, and fall directly onto my right foot. And I felt like it was broken for a week.
no comment.
We just, really quick, guys, I want to give a shout out to Kate Demick Lynch. She says hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Kate.
Kate.
Listen, Katie, if you got questions, please text us in, and we would be happy to do that for you and give you our opinion. Okay, so the second question So we all agree unanimously that us should get the same things as old people and babies.
Like we already have it. Like we
Yeah.
could just buy it, and we have other stuff that we can get. Like
I would-
nothing's
I
stopping
would-
us from eating rice pudding.
I would love you to push me in a stroller. That's all I have to say. Okay.
I feel like that's a fetish.
Oh, I saw that on TV once. It was weird. But babies don't know how good they have it when their moms are pushing them in the carriage. Like, we went to DC over the weekend. It was 175 degrees. I was swimming in the pool of my own sweat. And there was babies in a stroller. There was a baby who wanted to get out of the stroller. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, why would you ever do that? So anyway, so we're
I agree.
moving on.
Babies should be more appreciative.
Yeah, they don't know how good they have it. They really don't.
Fuck those ignorant bastards.
Yeah, those little crack babies. All right.
Was that too much? Yeah, it was.
Was that the line? That was weird. Totally
Yeah.
jumped that like
Yeah.
17 miles ago. All right. So my cousin and I want to do stand-up comedy. Any tips?
Don't do it.
Tell me why.
Just don't.
Why? Give me a
Unless-
reason.
Unless you're depressed and have already tried to kill yourself with either rope ties in your closet or
not true.
it's some type of asphyxiation, 90% sexual. And just don't do it unless you're trying to kill yourself with something.
Patrick, I disagree. What do you think? Do you think they should try it?
I say do it or don't. I mean, if you're gonna do it, do it.
Do it.
You know,
Nobody's
what I
going to
mean?
be knocking on your door, pulling you off the couch.
That's true.
Yeah,
You have to want it. You know what I mean?
absolutely.
I mean, there's so many. There's no spots left. I mean, you have to push and knock somebody else out of the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No one's gonna
Yes.
hold your hand. If you want to do it, you got to get out there and make something. And if you want to really do it, just do it.
Right.
And I think that's,
Yes.
My tip would be just write like a tight 5-minute set of the best that you can write and try it. Just hit an open mic. I always say that to people, and people are like, I'd never be able to do it. Yeah, I thought I wasn't able to do it either, but I mean, I'm going on my 7th year, and I'm doing okay. You know? You just have to, like Zach said, you just have to want it really badly.
But
yeah.
this-
I mean, there's people like you're sitting there saying, "Oh, I'm not sure if I should do it." There's people out there that are like, "I have to do this, and I'm not going to stop until I do it."
Right.
So like,
Yes.
wanting to do stand up is one thing, but wanting to be successful, just know that you have to knock a lot of other people out
You
of the
got-
way.
Yes.
They want it a lot more than you do.
Right.
You got to work
I always say, everybody in this business is hungry, but I'm starving.
Yes. But I also heard this too. Shout out Louis J. Gomez. He
Yeah,
gave
dude.
me this advice. When I first moved to Jersey and was doing stand up, I came up to him. I was like, "Hey, I'm just starting off. What should I do?" And he's like, "If you're good, keep on going. If you suck, quit." Which, if you ever been to an open mic in New York City, is exactly what it should be.
Yeah.
But nobody listens to that. Like, go to open mics, go talk, bring your friends, all this other stuff, and give yourself a good 2 years. If by the second year you don't have your friends pissing their pants and you don't like have good friends in comedy, then it's either you're not trying hard enough or you're just not funny. I'm one of those people that thinks you're either funny or you're not. And like,
you either have it or you don't.
exactly. Like, a lot of things can be learned, but nobody that's been successful has ever went to has learned it. You know, they were already naturally funny.
Right.
There's nobody who's like, "Oh yeah, I took a comedy class at blah blah blah, and then now I'm amazing."
Right.
Like, yeah, I'm sure there's people that have made a living off of it and have done classes, but there's nobody that you're gonna see like big.
on an HBO special.
Yeah, Eddie Murphy
Right,
didn't
right.
take classes. Cedric the
Right.
Entertainer didn't take classes.
You
Bernie
learn-
Mac didn't take classes.
The best way to learn comedy is to do it.
Exactly.
You know, and then you eventually figure out how to work the mic and the stage and the audience,
Yes.
and you learn and you watch
Yes.
and you ask questions. Always ask questions, but ask questions to the right people, because there's people out there that will hurt you.
They're trying to
and
bring
will
you
give
down.
you the
Yes.
absolutely, and will give you
Yes.
the wrong information. So just be cautious walking in. Have your eyes wide open, and know that this is a cutthroat business. And keep your friends close
Yes.
and your enemies closer.
If you're watching this and you were scared about what I just said,
Do it.
then no. If you're scared about what I just said,
There's absolutely a lot worse.
then don't do it. If you were scared from what I just said, then don't do it. If you still feel like you can do it, then do it. Because if you're scared about what I just said, about warning you about what it's like, then you're not cut out for this. It's a lot rougher than you think. Like, people will knock you down, tell you shows are on certain times and dates when
Yeah.
they're not, and you show up a day late for a show that somebody else booked you on because you thought this one guy was your friend and he's just trying to get one up on you.
Right.
You know,
And
you
then he showed up and took your spot.
Right.
exactly.
And then someone was in the crowd.
Exactly. Exactly.
saw him. It's a whole thing.
And put him on other shows. It happens all the fucking time.
Just be aware, you know, and always ask questions. And if you get booked, call the booker.
Yes.
Email, Facebook message the booker, and always get the information that you need. Is it clean? Is it a dirty room? How much time am I getting?
Is there alcohol to calm my tears after I bomb?
Is this a paid gig? And if it's not a paid gig, still go, because free work gets you paid work.
Exactly.
So that's my 2 cents.
I agree. Sure.
Yeah.
100%.
I think we've covered everything.
Second point.
Yeah.
I need more alcohol.
Okay. Why don't you just keep it by your seat? Are you really? All right.
Let's move on to the next question.
Just keep it by your seat, Pat. Come on over. Oh my God. Jesus, I love you so much.
You want yours?
I'm good.
Pat, sit down. All right. Here's a serious question from Tina in Jersey. Why do people feel like they need to lie about things?
Because it's easier than breaking up with your girlfriend. I'm playing.
Wow. And that was the demise. Calling time of death, 8:15 p.m. You're great. Guys, I have a winner.
With an asterisk.
With an asterisk. Yeah.
I took steroids.
Oh my God. So why do people feel like they need to lie about things? I feel like maybe they don't want to hurt your feelings, or maybe they're just like a pathological liar, you know? Like, I don't really know what specifically happened or what was said to her, but I don't necessarily agree with lying. Everything for me is out on the table, whether you like it or not, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, if you're lying, there's obviously a part of you that doesn't like that person. Like, even if they're your best friend, you feel the need to lie to them. You're obviously not their best friend.
I feel like lies come out of fear a lot.
Yeah.
Not wanting to accept the truth, and you just want to conjure up this thing to basically, when you're lying, you're not preventing the truth. You're just pushing it farther and farther away. Because lies always come out in the end. They always come out.
Oh my God. Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So
The
you're
truth
just
is
like,
always
I don't want to
revealed.
deal with the truth right now, so let me just delay the truth.
Right.
But make it that much
But
worse.
it makes it worse.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Because then, you know, it's a friendship, whatever.
Yes.
And that relationship is severed because of the dishonesty.
Right.
You can ask them. I'm an asshole. And I tell the
Huge
truth all the time, and it's way funner to be an asshole that tells the truth all the time than a guy that's hiding lies.
It's just not worth it, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? I just don't see what the point is.
Especially if you're a stand-up comic. I don't understand how, like...
Our job is to tell the truth.
Exactly. Like, I understand exaggerating the truth.
Yeah.
But still, like, if you're not telling the truth as a stand-up comic, you obviously haven't been watching, like, all the greats. Like, every single great has told truth about their lives.
Right.
Fucking Richard Pryor. He was telling jokes about how he shot his 9mm or whatever he shot
Right.
into the... engine block of his car when his wife decided to leave him. He's like, "You're not leaving me, bitch!" Pop, pop. Shut the engine block. He said that on stage. He
Talking about setting himself on fire and shit. Yeah.
the match thing. He lit a match on stage during Live at Sunset and said, "I know you motherfuckers been talking about me." And he lit a match. He's like, "Who's this?" They're like, "Who?" They're like, "Richard Pryor running down the street." See, the truth is the best thing, and it's always funnier than any lie you can ever think of. Guaranteed.
Like, I don't understand comics who, like, make up these, like, grandiose stories for a bit.
Yeah.
I don't really get it.
It's because they're boring. That's why.
Yeah.
Like, the comics who have to come up with stories aren't comics who are like not living a comic life. You know? Like, you can make jokes about sitting at home playing video games all the time and still be one of the greatest comics because you're going to have a lot of people who relate
And
to you.
that's your truth.
But they want to be the shock and awe comics with, like, I was fucking this chick, and all of a sudden her dad walked in and punched me in the throat. And, like, they want to be that kind of
Right.
comic.
And then he started fucking her. Like, what?
Yeah, exactly.
Ask what's going on here.
Exactly. But people are too scared to, like, tell their truth because they think their truth is boring.
Yeah.
But believe it or not, everybody else is boring also.
Right.
You know?
It's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Exactly.
You know, you could
Absolutely, yeah.
lead, you could be a comedian and lead a boring life, but if you write it a certain way in your truth, then it'll work, you know, and you have to, and you own it.
Yes.
You know? Like, there are things that, like, I talk about, and people are like, wow, that's really funny. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's boring. Nobody wants to hear about that. Yeah. But somebody else down the block just went through the same thing, or there's 5 other people in the audience who know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, I think it's boring that my mom watches Jeopardy, but every time I do a show, people are like, oh, you're going to do the Jeopardy bit about your mom? I love that bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I do like that bit, by the way.
Thank
I like
you.
that
That is a
Thank-
good
it's
bit.
true.
Yeah.
Right.
We're not allowed to sit on the couch.
A lot of people come up to me and ask me if I'm okay after my set. Like, it's really hard being like a comic, especially when before me and you started getting together, being
Yeah.
a single comic, and like every single guy is like, oh yeah, I did a show, where's the girls at? And they just come up to me and be like, are you okay?
They were like concerned.
Yeah, they were like, we just want to make sure you're okay. Here's my therapist's number, so you know. You want me to buy you a drink?
Yeah, I got that. Like, is that true what you said about your dad and stuff?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Oh my God, yeah.
The comic life, man.
People are like, wow, your mom really doesn't let you sit on the couch? Yeah, we sit on coffee tables and chairs. We're not allowed to sit on the couch.
Very true, by the way.
Patrick, when he comes over, he's allowed to sit on the
Very-
couch.
It's only because I sit with the dog, and the dog likes me, and I'm like amazing. You know, just saying.
My mom likes you. She doesn't like very many people either, so it's pretty good. So winning.
Your mom, dogs, and babies all love me.
It's true.
Surprisingly.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, he's injured. I love him.
And cats too. The cat, your sister's cat loves.
Yeah.
We went to his sister's this past weekend, and her cat Oreo was a bully.
That's a fucking.
Oreo was bullying me at like 5 o'clock in
You
the
got
morning.
bullied by a 4-pound cat.
The cat is a beanbag chair. I think it has a gland problem.
How many cats are named Oreo, by the way? I've heard of at least like 5,000. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody that has more than one cat has one of them named Oreo.
I
'Cause,
want
like,
you to name their owners. Because I don't think you know 5,000 people.
It's people plus 5,000, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Truth
You multiply
exaggerated.
everything by 3 and then add
Yeah.
500.
And then 5,000.
And you can't even count that high, so it doesn't even matter.
I'm not a
That's
math
true.
person. That's true.
Yeah,
I can.
Why would you count that high? One,
I
two, skip a few,
didn't do it personally. You look at me
5,000.
like, you counted the 5,000 one time. Why did you do that? It's like I'm getting interviewed by you.
I think it's a legit question.
Whatever.
What a bullbuster. Try sitting in the car with that for 4 hours.
He has.
1 hour was enough for me. Drop me off at the 7-Eleven. I'll call an Uber.
I did drop you off at a Buffalo Wild Wings before.
Just needed to get your wings on.
Yeah.
That's all you wanted.
I don't think he got wings.
Now, what you got?
I think he just went home.
He's like, yeah, I'm meeting my friends. Really, just going home with your dad.
Yeah, I
get
had
it.
like $3, and I was like, no, I got half a wing now. I'm good.
Oh, I'm so full.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a couple of questions, guys.
All right.
In regards to comedy, what inspired you to start comedy? I always like to hear that because people always ask me.
Well, I mean, I've always felt like there was a thing that I needed to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And like when I was a kid, I remember we had like a preschool talent show, and I told like some jokes or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then like I watched Eddie Murphy's Raw, and I was like, that is a thing that I want to do. I was in like 8th grade, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck
Holy
that is,
shit.
but I want that.
How old were you?
I was in 8th grade, so 13, 12.
Okay.
And you watched Eddie Murphy Raw?
And I was like, I loved it. I was like,
Holy
I want to
shit.
be that guy, but I could never do that. But
Right.
then a couple years later, I was at this carnival
so
in
rough.
Bayonne. Remember, I told my dad I wanted to go to this carnival, and so he's like, all right, because we had just moved to Bayonne,
Right.
and so he gives me $80 to go to this carnival.
$80?
He thinks I'm going to like the Meadowlands Fair. Meanwhile, this was like some like church little.
He's balling.
Yeah.
There was
Wish I
like a
had
little
$80.
church carnival that I could have bought for $80. You know what I mean? And
Could have bought your own carnies.
I could have had a whole franchise. So I was 13, and I was like, oh, I can't spend this money here. So I was too young. I wasn't drinking at that time or buying
Yeah.
drugs. So I was like, I'm just gonna buy a whole bunch of chicken because I'm a fat kid.
That was the year after.
A couple years later, it would just been a couple bottles of JMO. But this year, I was like, all right, there's a chicken spot across the street. I'm gonna buy a whole bunch of chicken. So I bought a whole bunch of chicken. I called my friends up, and we went to the carnival, and there was nowhere to sit and eat this chicken. So I went across the street, and we ate it in like this dimly lit alleyway. And in this
That's not
alleyway,
sketchy.
we later found out it was a projects. As you can tell, 2 African American gentlemen approached us at this time,
Okay.
and they said to me something along the lines of, "Hey man, you didn't invite us to the chicken party." At that time, I had no idea what a chicken party was, and to this day, I still don't. Basically, eventually these guys, they stuck around and they kept telling us all these stories
Yeah.
and asking for more and more chicken in between. And then at the end,
You were paying them in chicken for stories.
pretty much.
It was like a bartering system.
Holy fuck, that's amazing.
And so he's like, "Hey man, I swear to God, this guy said, me and my 5 brothers went to Jackson 5. Man, that's 6 people. What are you talking about?" Anyway, this guy, a few pieces left, and this guy goes, "Hey man, you gonna finish that?" It's like, "Nah, I'm kind of hungry still. I think I'm gonna." He goes, "Nah man, no you ain't." And takes the chicken out the bucket, walks away, and goes, "Don't go telling your friends some black guy stole the chicken though."
And
Now
you
I'm telling
literally
it
told him.
live on the air. No, but right after that happened, I mean, I know that was like a bit,
Yeah.
but right after that happened,
Oh, shit.
I went to the carnival. Like that wasn't the end. That was the beginning of my night.
Right.
And I had still the bucket, and I walked around with the bucket, and
Like an
everybody was
empty
like,
bucket? That's so sad.
he left me like a souvenir, and I was walking around telling everybody the story, and had everybody crowding around me like, "Oh my God, this is an amazing story." I'm like, "When did it happen?" I'm like, "Right now." And I must have told that story like 10 times during that night. And at the end of the night, I realized that I was like cutting out the not funny parts and
Leaving in
making it funnier. I was like, "Oh my, I'm doing comedy right now."
Yeah.
That was like, right then I realized that I could do it because like this story I wrote like 8 years ago when it happened, and I told it right then.
Yeah.
And I'm still doing it on stage sometimes.
It's a
you know what
great
I mean?
bit.
So I realized right at that moment, I was like, I can keep doing this.
Yeah. How old were you?
I was a sophomore in high school.
Okay, so you
Oh,
were
wow.
like,
I was like 15, 16, yeah.
Oh, wow.
15, yeah.
That's amazing.
That's crazy.
After that, I was like, I think I got this.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
How about you, Pat?
Well, believe it or not, Annie, I dated women before you.
No, you didn't. That's not true.
And
Dead lie. You just lie. That's so weird. I never dated anybody before you.
that's a lie.
That's a lie.
No, I was dating this girl for 3 solid years. We started dating like junior year in high school. Dated after high school. I almost joined the military and realized that I was too fat and wasn't willing to lose the weight. And then she broke up with me over a text message.
That's so shitty.
3 years.
That's so shitty.
and
Ouch.
over a text message. And then
How long
after,
was the text? Was
That's-
it like a one sentence?
no, it was like
Bad
I don't.
form.
It was like I don't think this is working out. You're not a good person.
At least she's being honest.
Yeah, that was completely on. That's not why I'm mad. Okay. No, it was along those lines of
Okay.
saying that.
Wow.
And my response was, "All right, bitch, peace." and
And rightfully so.
Yeah,
that's only the
rightfully so.
proper response.
Yeah.
Later
'Cause it
I
was
found
over
out.
text messages. It's so
Yeah,
rude.
exactly.
It's so rude.
Later, I found out she found new dick.
Okay.
And so
Fair
apparently,
enough.
there's a guy out there with a bigger penis than me. I yet to believe it.
We all know that my penis is way bigger. Continue.
Yeah, it's a clip pump. Say whatever I want. Don't let me do that. But she broke up with me over text. And for the next week, I passed out on my friend's couch drinking bottle after bottle of Sky vodka. Like,
Ugh,
at
it's not even
least.
the good stuff.
Yeah, exactly. It was
Go
just.
with Goose, babe. Come on,
No.
you know this.
Goose is worth. They're both the same. They're both cheap.
Oh, is that? I thought Goose was expensive.
No, Goose
Oh.
Goose is expensive, but it tastes the same.
Oh, okay.
But like I just went through bottles and bottles of vodka. I went through at least 15 bottles in a week to
Wow.
myself, and I didn't even go to work. Which the funny part is, her mom got me the job. Got fired. That's weird. Got fired. And after that, my friend's like, "Yo, you're always laughing. You're always telling jokes. You're always making us watch dumb comedies and all this stuff. There's a talent show," and I was living in Missouri at the time. There's a talent show at Mike's Game Shack. They're like, "Yo, go there, say some jokes." I was like, "Fuck it, I'll go say some jokes." I write down a couple jokes, totally horrible jokes.
Don't you love that when you're first starting out?
Yeah.
You think they're a joke, but it's really just a premise.
Exactly. I had a joke. I had a joke.
Absolutely.
It was I was on Plenty of Fish and I talked to this girl and I saw that she had Wick on her page. I was like, sweet, I'm gonna go to her house and get milk and cookies. She's gonna have all this free food that she gets from Wick. It's gonna be great.
Is Wick a grocery store?
Wick is something the government gives you when you have a child to like
Okay.
feed the
Okay,
child.
I
So I
understand.
just thought, sweet, I'm gonna get some really cool snacks.
Okay.
So I go to her house. This is the joke. And I go to her house And she's like, let me slip into something more comfortable. And she comes out wearing a robe carrying candles. It was fucking Wiccan. It wasn't Wick, it was Wiccan.
My God.
So I jump out.
You dated a witch.
So I jump out the window and run away. And the funny part of that joke is that it doesn't have a punchline because it's true. That was one of the first jokes I wrote.
Okay. That's crazy.
Yeah, and I said that there. But that's not the weirdest part of this time. Like, I went to Mike's Game Shack and said, hey, man, I'm going to do some comedy. He's like, sweet, I'll put you in the middle of the set, middle of the show, whatever. It'll be perfect. All right, cool. And if you don't do stand-up, if you do, you know, like, sometimes you get nervous poops when you first start.
Yeah.
Which is
when
like...
you first start.
Yeah, when you first start. You start to work your way out of it.
I took one before this.
I drove him here. It was weird.
Right on the car seat.
Yeah, douchebag. But I went in there. He said, middle of the set. All right. And I had to take shit. So I went to the bathroom, took a shit. And as I'm shitting, he's like, welcome to Mike's Game Shack. This is the talent show. My name's blah, blah, blah. And first up on the mic is the comedian Patrick Wadleigh. I'm in the bathroom, pants around my ankles, didn't even wipe yet, in mid-shit. And my friends are there, all of my friends. And all I hear them say is, he's taking a shit! The host goes, okay, well, wait.
That's awful.
10 minutes go by. I take man shits. 10 minutes go by.
No, it's just because you're on iFunny. Continue.
That is true. Plug. Anyway, I come out, and immediately, as soon as I step out of the door, he goes, oh, and our comic's ready. Hopefully you washed his hands. Patrick Wadleigh, everybody.
That was your intro.
Yeah, that was my intro. Hey, he's done taking a shit. Hope he's funny.
What was that?
Wipe my sweat.
Thanks for being subtle.
Continue, sorry.
Jesus Christ. So I go up there, I do a set, and I do good. And I go to different talent shows over Missouri. I tell nobody, like nobody at all, I'm doing these talent shows. And I end up winning 4 talent shows doing stand-up except for one, but I don't count that other one because I just won it rapping Slick Rick children's story. But a win's a win. A win's a win. I think altogether I won a total of, what was it? It's like $400.
Okay, nice.
Doing all those talent shows. And then after a while, I realized I was doing nothing but getting in trouble in Missouri.
Right.
Smoking way too much weed and hanging out with my friends too much. And my uncle said, hey, if you come to New Jersey, I got a job for you. And I was like, that's fucking perfect. So I ran to New Jersey.
Then you could do stand-up too, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I ran to New Jersey, got a job being a union carpenter, and said, I'm doing stand-up now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good. I like it. That's good. I don't know if you guys want to hear my story.
I do want to hear your story.
Do you? I don't want to talk about myself, but...
She will.
Okay. I'll fucking do it anyway. So do you guys remember Last Comic Standing? I think it was on like NBC or something like that. I think it's still on, but I don't watch TV because I kind of live in a hole and I just do comedy all the time.
Still running.
So yeah, it's still running. Okay. So I remember I was a senior in high school and Last Comic, or maybe I was a junior. I was a junior in high school. It was the first season of Last Comic Standing, and I remember watching it with my brother, and I just remember turning to him, being like, "I could do that, and I could do it better because I'm an asshole." I had no idea what I was getting myself into. And so then I started writing. I wrote a joke about like getting my permit and stuff, and how my mom grabbed the oh shit bar and slammed on the imaginary brake, and how she would scream like a banshee every time I made a left-hand turn, which I have PTSD about.
You do that to me.
It's true. Like when you drive, I grab the door, and I do the imaginary brake when you drive. Do you notice that?
Yes. No, I just not noticed padding on the floor. Sound like fucking Roger Rabbit next to me.
So I wrote a joke about that, and I told it at a party at my friend's house. She lived down the block from me, and nobody cared about what I had to say. Nobody was really listening except for this one kid who was doing stand-up at the time. We were like 16, 17. And he started doing stand-up. I guess he was writing or whatever. And he opened the show for Jim Brewer, who came to my high school. because he lived up the block from my high school, which was amazing. And the kid stole my joke. And Jim Brewer came.
No. Oh,
And his name was Hannibal Burris.
Yes, it was. Fuck him and all his jokes. No, but it was.
He's still stealing her jokes.
And he wrote the pickle juice one.
It's a good. It's one of my best.
I just flick it on the bread.
Yeah, it just, it's one of my best guys. But I don't know that joke. But now he stole my joke, and Jim Brewer came out and was like, "Wow, I really loved that bit about his mom." And her grabbing the bar, and he was like, "Wow, that was a great bit." But I was in the audience. I'm such a moron. I was in the audience laughing, thinking like, "Wow, that's really familiar. Where did I hear that?" And I realized
That's even worse.
I realized that it was my bit. But what kills me is he said it way better.
Oh my God.
I had to give him props. I can't sit here and bullshit you guys. He said that joke really good.
You still live in the same town near Jim Brewer, though.
Yeah.
So, like, next time you see him, be like, yo, that motherfucker stole my joke.
He's not going to remember. That was 10 years ago.
It doesn't matter.
Guys, I have my high school reunion coming up. That was a decade ago.
I want to go.
Should we go?
Yes, let's go.
All right, guys, listen.
I am a cat.
Anybody who went to Mendham High School, if you have information about the high school reunion, please message me, because my boyfriend wants to go.
Yeah, I don't care if she goes. I'll go. I'm sure there's free booze, and I'm down with that.
Yeah, I think there definitely might be. You're driving. I'm getting hammered.
We're taking an Uber.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, so that...
Fuck Uber, I mean Lyft. Lyft is better.
We have a coupon for that.
We do.
Yeah.
We have coupons.
Coupons.
Yes. That's what happens when you get in a relationship. A lot of coupons.
With a half Jew.
Yes.
A relationship with a half Jewish girl.
Yeah.
I love my coupons.
Yeah, and mirrored furniture.
Oh my God. I can't wait. I just want 2 mirrored nightstands.
We're
That's
not
all I want.
cokeheads.
I know, but it's so pretty.
Don't do
looking.
this in front of the child, Annie.
I just want you guys to get along.
And that's how you do a callback. Boom. You're welcome.
Yeah, so that was my. But then I realized, but it gave me leverage, and it kind of lit a fire in me to pursue it and keep writing, because I did have something, whether it was stolen or not. At least I knew that I possessed an ability that he obviously, this kid that stole my joke, didn't, because he stopped doing it after a year or 2.
Okay.
There you go.
Since he stopped, what was his name? Don't say you forget, because nobody
I'm
forgets
not
the
saying
name.
it.
Say his name. He's not listening. Say his name.
Can't.
Jerry Seinfeld.
Come on.
Patrick
come on.
Wadleigh.
I will dig this out of you, Annie. What's his name?
I'm not going to say it, because I'm friends with him on Facebook.
Add me on Facebook, everybody. I'm going to get the name later, and I'll post it. I'll even tag him. Okay? Add me on Facebook. I'll get this fucking name.
I'm not going to say it, because I'm probably going to see him at the high school reunion.
That's even better. I'll be there. I'll be a douchebag to him. He'll regret his life, and then we'll be amazing.
Yeah, but he doesn't do comedy anymore. It
Exactly.
doesn't matter.
What better thing to do than be like, hey, motherfucker, we're still doing it.
Yeah.
Hey, motherfucker, I got paid $10 and a slice of pizza and some beer to do a show.
That's more than I've ever made.
Maybe we should leave that out.
We can't just we're not live, right? No.
By the way, if that guy's listening right now, I'll see you at the reunion.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Me too.
Yeah. But he stopped because he didn't know how to write, and I guess maybe
That's even better.
he was hitting mics like around the area. He was doing Stress Factory a lot, and I remember like looking on Facebook and like seeing that he was doing Stress and all that stuff. And he literally, one of his posts, this was like 10 years ago, but you know me, I remember everything. And
Yes.
everything, like dates, times, what people said specifically.
When's my sister's baby's due date?
September 27th.
Boom. When's my sister's birthday?
I actually don't know that one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I never asked her.
I stumped her.
Yeah.
I feel really good about that.
Yeah.
You're not good with dates?
Horrible with dates.
But if she told me her birthday, I'd remember it forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I give you
Maria,
guys a date?
message your birthday. It'll show up. People
Yeah.
are messaging right now.
Are they?
Yeah,
Can you
can-
go on your phone?
Can I go? I just go up there and look and see what
No,
they're
go
saying?
on your phone.
Why? What's on my phone?
Just go on
In the
Facebook
meantime,
on your phone.
can I speak about a specific date
Yes,
that I have
please.
in my head?
Oh, yes.
This
please,
week,
please,
this
give it up
Friday,
loud.
Please.
This Friday, August 19th, Zack and Pat have a show at the Giorgio's in Bayonne, in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Doing a comedy show, stand-up show. It's free entry.
Yeah.
And this little box underneath will put some shit with information and whatnot.
It'll be a
Definitely.
1-900 number.
It'll be we're gonna post the information. It's a free show, so there's no cover charge. Come, drink, enjoy, laugh. Who's your headliner?
My headliner is Monty Mason.
Monty Mason.
Amazing. Okay.
Fantastic.
Monty Mason.
He's so funny.
Literally, I have literally, not metaphorically, literally peed my pants listening to this man.
I love Monty Mason.
Peed my fucking pants. This dude's amazing. He has a bit to where he pretends he's a car and rubbing girls' nipples. It's amazing. You gotta come and see it. It's amazing.
His closer is phenomenal.
Yeah, any joke I say of his will not do it justice. He is amazing, and he's just a lovable man.
I was just gonna say he's hilarious, and he's the nicest man in the world.
Exactly.
And what I love about him is that he loves his wife so much.
Exactly.
And
his wife's so adorable. I met her.
She's
so
the cutest
tiny.
little. She's so petite.
Yes.
I didn't know a body could be
met her?
that small.
She's so tiny
She's
and
so
so
cute.
Like, she's like a corgi that you want to fit in a purse.
And we mean that with love, Monty. We mean that with true love.
Exactly.
No, she's like the nicest lady. I met her. I was doing a show a couple months ago, and Monty was on the show too. And I met her in the bathroom. She's like, "You're so funny. I loved your bit." And I was like, "Thank you, Monty Mason, the wife. Thank you so much. You're so little and cute." I just want to like pick her up and keep her in my pocket.
By the way, Genevieve Celeste said,
Okay.
No mirrored furniture.
Okay. All right. We'll talk about it on Sunday. Is there anything else on there?
Believe it or not, just my family, except for a guy named Joseph Nigiri.
Okay. What did he say?
He said, "Hi, Annie.
Hi, Joe.
Stop stealing her jokes, Joe."
No, it's not.
It's not him.
No.
Sorry, Joe. Keep on listening. I love you. That was a wink and a kiss.
No, but we're going to move in together in a couple months, and he wants a red couch. I want mirrored end tables. It's going to be beautiful.
Jesus Christ.
Tell them about the time when you sent me that picture.
Okay, Annie was all about gold and
I love
mirror
gold.
stuff.
Gold's my favorite color.
Her Jew came out hard.
Really hard.
Like bad.
Yeah.
And I sent her a picture of Tony Montana's foyer with the globe that says the world is ours with like the fountain and everything. And she's like, "Oh my God, I love it so much. I want it so much." I'm like, "By the way, that's a Coke Lord's foyer." And she was like, "Oh, it's still really pretty."
I'm just offended that you said Tony Montana. Like, you don't know how to say Montana?
Is it Montana or Montana?
Tony Montana.
After a half a bottle of Sarah Jerry, it's whatever the fuck I say it is.
Sarah Jerry.
Sailor Jerry becomes Sarah Jerry after a half a bottle of it.
Half his bottles.
Half of my bottles and the
She would just do the rest of this podcast like we're actually drunk.
I don't know if my drunk, like me faking drunk, is more like Bill Cosby-ish. Like,
And then you put the Sailor Jerry in the cup. Give it to the girl. No.
And I dip it in there with the pudding popsicles. And then my wife Cleo went to the office.
Wasn't her name Claire?
No, it's Cleo.
No, her name was Claire. Claire Huxtable.
I thought it was Cleo.
No, Claire.
Who's Cleo then? Is
Theo is the son. Claire
Theo.
is the what?
There it is.
Oh, you were combining the two.
I made them a transgender.
Yeah.
That's more like a fusion from Dragon Ball Z.
Is
Like
it?
you put them together.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't think I don't know that.
You're
What
the
that
only
is.
one
That was
that
an
watched
obscure-
that here.
Stupid reference.
This one guy's like, "That's not stupid, man. I watched it.
Favorite movie.
I watched it, man. I was there."
It's a television show.
So who's your inspiration in terms of comedy? Like
Hitler and his paintings.
Yes.
No, I'm playing.
his watercolors were phenomenal.
His paintings were so beautiful. I'll let you go.
You're the only one who ever believed in him. God, Zack.
Well,
He
like,
had some things right. No.
So not okay.
I really liked, like I said Eddie Murphy before. Eddie Murphy's Raw I loved.
Yeah.
I watched a lot of Chappelle's show when I grew up, and he would do stand-up in between, and I loved that.
Yes.
And then my dad introduced me to George Carlin soon after that.
Oh, Carlin.
And I was like, he's the best. Like, I knew immediately. Like, I was like, I've only seen a couple comedians, but I know that there's nobody better than him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
and to this day, I'm like, yeah, it's still pretty true. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So definitely, I'd say those three top.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Would you say that like you kind of subconsciously or consciously sort of like model your style after your heroes?
I say,
Or are you your own self? You're who you are, but
that's what I strive to when I notice that I'm slipping a bit and I have to get better at a certain aspect. Like Eddie Murphy is great at performance.
Yeah.
His stage presence
Oh my God,
is
phenomenal.
absolutely phenomenal. When
Yeah.
I notice when I record myself and when I notice that I'm not moving as much,
Right.
I look at Eddie Murphy and see how I can
He
move
says the
more.
one word that we're not allowed to say on this at least 20 times in all
Well,
of this
it was the '80s and now it's. And that is the difference between then and now.
now everybody gets offended by stuff. So
Yeah, exactly.
There's that.
Jerk offs.
And then George Carlin with writing.
Yes.
And
Yes.
just I look to my idols and my heroes, for the ones that are particularly good at a certain thing when I'm slipping on that,
Right.
and I look to that for inspiration when I
Right.
need to. Absolutely.
Okay, I like it. How about you, Pat?
I'd have to say a mix between Eddie Izzard
Okay.
and Richard Pryor.
Okay.
Like, Eddie Izzard is just, he's amazing to me. The guy knows a whole bunch of different languages, and he does stand-up in all those countries, and he knows those languages in.
Wow, he must.
Like,
That's brilliant.
Exactly.
He's a brilliant guy.
I consider him the best comic to ever step on this earth because he has reached quadruple, more than that, as many people as any American comic ever has.
Right.
Because you never heard of an Eddie Izzard comedy special dubbed over.
Right.
Because he already knows the fucking language.
That's amazing.
You know?
Yeah, it's incredible. Absolutely.
He's amazing. Like, without Eddie Izzard, it's pointless. Like, without, I don't even know how to put this. Like, Eddie Izzard had rednecks filling out stadiums, and he's a transgender man.
That's amazing.
Exactly.
He's the best male and female comic according to you.
Exactly. Like,
He's
people
both.
Exactly.
I have no excuse.
he literally he can master any type of comedy, low energy, high energy, like no energy,
Foreign languages.
foreign languages. This dude knows every single language that's spoken in China. Okay, Mandarin and Cantonese and all the small village languages. He knows bits and
God.
pieces of. He knows French. He knows Spanish. He knows fucking everything.
Didn't he run a marathon a day for like 25 days? Twice.
I don't know.
Like he's done crazy charity events like that.
Exactly.
Not a runner either, but he just for charity. Like I've heard crazy,
Yes.
crazy incredible things
Yes.
that he's done charity wise.
Yes.
And his stand up is incredible too. He's just an amazing person.
Eddie Izzard is the most underrated comedian of all fucking time.
I definitely
Guaranteed.
agree, and I think people should know way
Yes.
more about him than they do.
The way, like, he's smart with his jokes, but at the same time, he gives you that shock and awe factor. Like, yes, I politics this, politics that. This guy was fucking his sister. Oh my God!
Yeah.
And then he goes back into making you feel like you're intelligent because you know what he's talking about. But even what he's talking about is so dumb, but it's so relatable that it makes everybody feel smart because
Right.
it's about a smart topic.
He's a great writer.
Exactly. And then you got Richard Pryor, the greatest storyteller of all time.
Definitely.
You know, just telling his stories. It's like those two together, just smart, intelligent, shock and awe, great storytellers, just all them together, that's my inspiration. You know, I don't want to be the best storyteller. I don't want to be the best fucking one-liner. I want to be the best in one specific aspect. I want to be the best all-around comedian. I don't care if it makes me a cult comedian.
Right.
I just want to be the best all-around comedian to where if people just see me do a cameo in a bullshit
Right.
B-rated movie, they're like, holy shit, that's Patrick Wadleigh.
I'll throw you a bone.
Please and thank you.
No, I totally agree with
Yeah.
like being all around, be able to do every room, every
Yes.
venue, every audience.
Yes.
Because that's what gets you work, and that's what makes you a great comedian.
Eddie Izzard got into my superhero ex-girlfriend or whatever. It was a movie.
Oh, with
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
Uma Thurman.
Yeah,
Okay.
he played the bad guy in that movie. Literally, we're not live anymore.
I don't know what happened. Continue. It's all right.
Literally, he was in that movie, and people went, "Holy shit, that's Eddie Izzard!"
Yeah.
And it was amazing. It was beautiful. It was perfect. And just the fact that people went, "Holy shit, that's Eddie Izzard!" That's what I want. I don't care if people are like, I don't want to be Kevin Hart. I don't want to be anything like that. I just want to be like, "Holy shit, that's Patrick Wadleigh. Look at that over there." You know, and those guys are my inspiration. Yeah, you got Eddie Murphy, which I'm a guy who doesn't like being filtered. Like, I'm a guy that likes saying words that I'm not allowed to say on here. I say fuck every other word. I say shit and stuff like that. And I love having a drink when I'm on stage. And it's the best thing in the world because I feel like if I can't be real with my audience, then who can I be real with? You know?
You have to absolutely be yourself in every sense of the word. Because, I mean, we were talking about earlier, then you're just lying. You need to be truthful. And if you are the kind of person that says those kind of things, that's fine. If you're not, don't say those kind of words. And if you are, don't try to hold back. I think that's the way to go. You need to just be true to who you are.
Right.
And that's how you're going to be the funniest and just the most real overall.
I agree.
Oh, if you're listening and you were also watching on Facebook, we went on live for a second, but now we're live again.
We're totally back.
Yeah, we're back on Facebook.
Live. Yeah,
so
sorry about that, guys.
Go back onto the page, click on it again, and we're on right now.
Yeah, I hope that it's still working. So let us know.
Somebody message my family.
Let them know that we didn't crap out on them.
Yeah, my dad's on there messaging that I'm a worthless cause right now. So just
be nice. Just be nice to him.
Don't be nice. That's what makes me funny.
Have you ever? I have a question for you guys.
Sure.
Have you ever? How long do you think we've been out today? I've been out around since like noon. I got dressed, and I just now realized that I have a rip in my crotch. Yeah, right in the crotch. Yeah.
Nobody ever noticed.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sorry you can't see it on the camera. I just.
Do you? Let me. I want to
now
see.
you have to stand
Can
up
I
and
see?
show
Oh, I'm absolutely not showing
At
it.
least let me see. I'm your best friend.
I didn't see it. I felt it, and I felt the ball. So I'm not
Do you
going
want
to
me
stand
to
up.
see? Do you want me to see it or feel it?
I don't want to
Do you
see
want
it.
me to see it or feel it?
No.
Then
neither.
let me see
Neither.
it.
No.
I bought you Wendy's today. Let me fucking see the hole
bought
in your
you
crotch.
Wendy's.
Hey, how come you never buy me Wendy's?
I buy you Wendy's all the time.
He has leftovers in the car.
All right, cool.
They're just French fries. Shut up.
That's all right.
Let me see.
You can't see, Patrick. This is not a thing that's gonna happen.
Come on.
Wait, is it
Come on,
because your
let's
thighs
go.
were rubbing together?
Okay, hold up your sack. Let me.
That's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna lift.
I'll put my hand down there.
Patrick.
There it is. That's a nice rip too. Are
Thank
those
you, thank you.
Levi's?
They absolutely 5'11s.
They're 5'11s.
What's 5'11"?
Levi 5'11. Levi has different sizes and fits.
Holy shit.
This has been one hell of a show.
Oh god, I love this.
Absolutely.
Can we keep on going?
Babe, we only have an hour. We're almost done.
We're almost. How much time
Yeah,
we got
we're about
left?
to wrap up. We have like 6 more minutes. So, can you please, once again, promote your show for Friday?
Please come to the Zack and Pat show. It'll be amazing.
Where
it's
is
at
it?
99 Broadway.
990 Broadway in Bayonne, New Jersey.
Yes.
What time?
At 10 o'clock.
Okay.
It will be literally the best show you have ever gotten to free with.
Who do you guys have on? We know Monty Mason is the headliner.
Monty
Who else we got?
Mason. Who else we got?
Us two. We are both the co-hosts.
Hopefully. No.
We have Mr. Joe McKevitt.
Okay.
Yeah, Joe McKevitt's back in
He's
town.
back.
He was done with the Orlando shooting. He came back. And then
It's messed up.
it is messed up, but it's funny.
We have Mr. Dave Durkin.
Oh, yeah, Dave.
My very good friend Dave Durkin. He's insanely funny.
The whitest gangster you'll ever meet.
That is one of my favorite bits of his. It's fantastic.
The gangster bit, I think, is one of it.
He has to break that out.
Honestly,
Yes.
in terms of like seeing somebody starting and then seeing them later, like you know when you start and you see somebody, you're like, oh, this fucking guy. You see these guys at open mics and you're like, what's their deal?
Yeah.
Like Dave Durkin in my mind had the craziest turnaround of my whole like
You know what turned him around?
what?
Divorce.
Yes, that's true.
That's the kind of thing that will turn you around.
I went to his divorce party, which was
Oh yeah, I missed that.
so fun.
Oh my god, I wish I was there
didn't
so
even know
bad.
you. I didn't even know you then. We would have met
Yes,
that night.
that's
I brought
true.
like this weird date from Tinder.
Was he
Brought a Tinder-
cross-eyed?
No, he
Keith
wasn't.
Black?
He wasn't cross. Believe it or not, Keith Black. Oh dear God, no. God love him. God love him. We love you, Keith. No, it was this
He's not
random
watching.
guy. Actually, I'm still
told
friends
him
with him on
to.
Facebook. I should probably unfriend him now that I think about it. Right? Okay, cool. It's totally
Yeah.
fine. I'm going to do that as soon as we're done. But I brought him to... I'm going to unfriend him. But I brought him to Dave Durkin's divorce party, and it was like an open mic divorce party, and there was booze and chips. It was great. I was happy as a pig in shit. Give me food and alcohol and comedy, and I'm so happy, right? So I brought this, and he was so creepy. weird and like hit on my friend who was there.
Wow.
Yeah, hit on one of the girl comics that was there. And so I was dating him for a couple of weeks, like about 2 or 3 weeks, and he totally hit on my friend, and I was like, we're done. Like, can't have that shit. But so his divorce party was so fun, and I'm really hoping that he gets married again so we can have another divorce party.
Love you, Dave.
See you Friday.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you better fucking be there.
All right, guys. So you have a show. Once again, they have a show at DiGiorgio's, 990 Broadway, Bayonne, New Jersey, at 10 o'clock. Free admission. Come, drink, laugh, have fun.
Yes.
And that is the end of our podcast.
Please come. It's everything I live for.
We have Patrick Wadleigh. Thank you so much.
Not a problem.
We have Zack Breheney. Thank you again.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Good night, guys. We'll see you soon. This was Wise Spots.
Deuces.
Bye.
Bye.